I apologize for the slight delay, but we are here now and we are about to start the next GP, or at least the qualifying of the DTM OC series. We are back at Algarve, the track where last year Vance Waldinger won a race, and I think, if I remember correctly, that was his only win, so this place should be special for him, and also special for us as well, because we usually can see really good races here. So the qualifying is about to start, and if you guys ask me how many chances do the others have, I don't know yet. DTM is always about unexpected situations. So we won't have rain because the qualification gonna be only 30 minutes. So even though we're gonna have heavy rain at the 90th and 120th minutes, it doesn't mean anything. Although, if you guys follow the GP4 OC in general, you could hear some news, which means basically, since Robert Ionescu retired from the GP4 OC series and Roland Motyan took his seat at Formula One, so at the top tier, this is why Bruno de Barros, who was racing at Formula E, just joined here at DTM into the seat of Motyan. So as long as Motyan left MTech, Bruno de Barros just joined to MTech basically. So from the Formula E Mercedes team to that place. Also, Bruno de Barros is not really a driver who we can say that he didn't achieve anything, because he has 5 GP2 wins. Also was in Formula One back at 2011. And basically, he has a second place from the old Hockenheim ring back at 2012. He scored a second place there, and this is his best result here at DTM. Let's hope he might improve on that position and he might get to first place. Well, obviously, because that's the only better place than second. That is obvious. So slowly a whole minute is gone of 25 minutes, because 25 minutes is a qualification everywhere. And like last time, Mateusz Turvey gonna start the qualification again. He gonna set a lap for first, so for sure he gonna lead the whole pack for some minutes or some seconds, depends on how strong his time gonna be. Like Mateusz Turvey was the guy who got pole position at Barcelona, not only the pole position, but he was the driver who won the GP. So with that win, basically he's leading the championship. Behind him, Rifki Fakhrezdin, who had to retire. So because of the retirement of Fakhrezdin and because of the win of Turvik, in that way he could take the lead. And because Thomas Anderson retired at Istanbul and didn't get any points at Catalunya, Barcelona, he's only third at the championship with 12 points. And also, as I'm usually saying, let's see if we can see another pole sitter. Looking at the statistics, we might, and hoping that a Mercedes is gonna take the pole now, because only yes, let's hope it's gonna be Mercedes, because, well, Mercedes drivers didn't really take poles yet, so it's their time. Also, Mercedes didn't win the GP yet. Or the first 3 got won by BMWs, and the fourth at Barcelona by an Audi, because Mateusz Turvik is going with an Audi, obviously. So here we go with the first corner, then the second. It's a bit different because this is the second layout of the track. It got a little twisted because maybe it can provide us some overtakes and some cool situations. This is one of the most difficult corners on the track, this left-hander, because the track suddenly stop elevates, so the cars might get off from the asphalt for some seconds, or milliseconds I mean. 29.7 is the one Mateusz Turvik is starting his first sector with. This is also a difficult corner. The right hand side wheel can easily lock up, and in that way the driver can find himself with his car out at the runoff area. A full throttle left, a full throttle right, and then a strong braking point also pretty easy to lock the tires, so they have to be extra cautious. As I can see, it's a full throttled left-hander, then a left-hander turnaround, and right after that there will be a right-hander as well. These are the corners where the cars can be understeer pretty easily. This track is not the most easy track on the calendar, and this is, I can see as well, it's a full-throttled right-hander, a long right-hander, and with that right-hander they are reaching the start-finish straight with a 21-21. I can't see it because the screen is pretty, yeah. It's a 121-365, and the other drivers are coming slowly, completing their laps. Now I can see as well the times. It was just a bit too pixelated. This is why I couldn't. Daniel Adventure, who caused some surprise to us, comes to third place. Before it was second, Florida took it away. I'm looking forward to see Adventure start from one of those special premium positions, like from the top five, because what we could see from him at Monza last year, I think he might have a chance to win a race in this season. So far, he couldn't win anything, but this is only the first half of the season. Anything can happen mainly because it's DTM. The other drivers are coming. George Rock on the 10th. Adam Bros comes to 5th place. Fitzwater for a bit of surprise to 6th, even though at Barcelona he was pretty good. Julius Anderson is 2nd so far. Ibobo 3rd. Well, that's a little surprising for me as well. Tomaselli, Lorenzo Tomaselli, the ex-overtaking master from 2015, is at 4th place. Julius Anderson might need some good results here as well, because if he can't do anything spectacular here, they might think that he was only lucky at Formula 1. This is why he could score some points. I mean, obviously, his podium with the Caterham at Monaco was luck, so with that car under normal circumstances, it's impossible to reach anything. But yeah, it's not the only time Julius Anderson scored points, and so far he's 8th in the championship by 10 points. And McCarthy, Wolf, and Motyan are having the same points. Motyan won't score anything, so anyone who's scoring 11 points, then they will overtake Motyan. The first wave is over, and Turvik is leading so far. Just like at Barcelona, he's putting up the line to the others. They have to jump it over, and we will see if they will be able to. Julius Sanders is only by 10,000 of a second behind him. The guy, as I said, I am hoping from performance something more than before. Anderson didn't have a podium yet. His best position is a 4th place from Istanbul, so we can hope that he might be able to give us something, and also give himself something aside some points, because a podium is always looking good and showing good at such series as GP2 and DTM, because here not really the car is determining your position, but mainly your skill, sometimes your luck. It's a kind of series where you can rely on your skill and on your luck. Duncan and the Barros, so far the guys who put a really poor lap time there. It's basically nothing. Like Duncan 1.5 second back, it's a joke, like it's really much. But the Barros is 7/10 and Farina's 6/10 is also a lot. I was hoping the whole field staying inside 500 of a second, but yes. But this is not working out yet. It's so funny because if we would say Turvik's name in a bit longer, then it would sound like Turvik. And if we say Turvik, then we could say third day, third hour, third minute, third month. So we just created a really good pun. It's so bad that nobody's laughing aside me in the inside, but I'm just feeling bad for myself because I'm coming up with these stupid jokes. Anyways, Polish dude gonna start the second wave as the first driver again because he loves to be first. I won't tell in which situations because it's not the topic for GP2. It's not GP2 but DTM. Anyways, here comes our Polish boy starting his lap. Wonder if he can improve. Or not, we will see. Yes, I'm aware of I became a little boring as commentating, but like, I don't know, I can't come up with jokes. Even though it's like commentary, maybe it's a little easier than the one which is already recorded and you are just upload the video like that. I don't know. Maybe back in the days I used to be funnier, but people are changing sometimes in the positive, sometimes in the negative ways. And Turvik is changing as well, but in a negative way so far. I mean, it's not a negative. Like negative from the fact that he's not improving. It's positive 71 thousandths of a second. Negative 71. Maybe he can be negative, which will be good for him. So negative in the racetrack means good. Nope, he's staying positive, which is both bad at the hospital and both bad on the track. And I don't think he will be able to improve unless he's hacking something with the car because these last two corners are, well, let's say it's simple, but they are really not. And this last corner is on full throttle, so here you can't win anything at all, but you can lose it if you throw the car away. Turvik comes, Turvik won't improve. That was that that was something which is happening. Adventure is improving, and Adventure is not being in the wrong place. And yes, he's coming up to sixth, and McCarthy to fifth place. Wow, okay. McCarthy, the guy who spent the vacation time and spent the break here at DTM with some practicing, with some improving, because compared to last season, we can see a completely different McCarthy. Bruno de Barros comes and he can't improve. He's staying 21st. It's a pretty poor position so far for him. And maybe Duncan can move away from last place because usually Current is taking the last place. Duncan is leading the race and the qualification is not the race yet. But Duncan from nowhere to somewhere. From hero to zero basically. No, from zero to hero, excuse me. Because most of the drivers are going hero to zero most of the time here at DTM. But sometimes it's happening in the other way around and Duncan is taking the lead of the qualification for a big surprise. And Paraki might improve as well. And Paraki is taking the lead now, but with a bigger gap that Duncan took from Turvik. And now Paraki is leading the qualification. Awesome. These guys, the ones who usually just being around the back of the field, are keep improving. And for example, Horst, who achieved some good results, he can't. Also, George Rock is improving. And George Rook is third. Okay, Rook. Okay. You're usually doing good qualifications, but your races are terrible mostly. So you should just practice the race a little bit because your qualifications are flawless. And as I can see, the second wave is over now. So the third might come again. I mean, come soon. William Duncan has 5 points. I mean, four because he has a fifth place from Bruno. And this is his only race where he could score points. At Hockenheimring he was 19th, then at Istanbul he got 12th, and at Catalonia, Barcelona, he retired. It's so weird because I didn't think that Fitzwater could be last in the Drivers' Championship, but he is with completely 0 points. Even poor Kupok has a point. And yes, even Kupok has a point. I wonder though if he can achieve some great position. Oh, Tervik as well. Who else would go out first? Maybe he's hurt a little bit because Paraki and Duncan took his positions away. I mean, I would be angry as well because where is Paraki in the championship? Well, he's 12th. Actually, he got a podium at Barcelona, so he's not that bad. Even though he got the podium, he's still 12th. His first two races didn't work out well. but he's still overtaking Boyman. Boyman is also improving compared to 2015. Everyone's improving compared to 2015. Maybe the new guys, the newcomers, are motivating those old boys who used to be here at 2015 to get better, to go faster. I mean, here is Turvik, here is Julius, here is Thomas Anderson, here is Bruno de Barros as the new drivers. Who else? Vedran Vedrina, George Rock again after 2014. Either Fitzwood. No, I think Fitzwater was here last time. It maybe Fakrzin who came back. I'm gonna check fast. Don't worry. No, Fakrzin. Fitzwater was here for sure. Uh, yes. Basically, Fakrzin joined back to DTM. So he is kind of a new guy, but he used to be here before. So he's an old new guy or a new old guy. I have no idea how to say it. But honestly, he's back now. Fitzwater was here last season. And well, Fitzwater's races are not going too well either. He's lost in the championship. And Turvik still not. It's still a bad sector. For the third run, he won't improve either. Maybe the fourth round will be the lucky number for him. Probably. Our Polish boy is not improving yet, and I can't imagine he can go faster than that in the second sector nor the third one. Nope. You did it? Ivan, you did? Turtvik? It sounds so stupid. No. I bet his parents wouldn't give him such a stupid name like Turtvik. Come on. Imagine how difficult it would be to say it out. For me, for example, when I'm commentating, like, when I say Turvik, then it's smooth. Like the smooth operator, that sunk at Hungaroring. Turvik comes, Turvik flies, Turvik not improving at all. It was predictable. Wait, Turtwig was a Pokemon actually? What? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about knowing Pokemons well, for some reason. Thomas Salvi comes, Thomas Salvi flies, Thomas Salvi is not improving on his time. But Cupok might. Oh, Cupok won't be last. Oh, that would be such a surprise. Cupok, let's see. Cupok. Cupok is fourth. There we go, guys. There we go. The guy who usually rent out the last place goes fourth fastest. Adventure is improving back. Barros is doing a pretty poor job so far. Only 20th. His first qualification is not going well. Fakrizane comes. Fakrizane comes and no. I thought he gonna improve. But Farina is not improving either. Fitzwater, the guy who's lost in the championship, comes for 10th place. Long time not improving. So yes, Cupok is showing us that he's not that bad. With that 4th place, not at all. Rock is staying there. Oh, and Duncan comes. And no, he can't. He had a good second sector, but he messed up for the third. I thought Motorfan is Mutyan first. But who was Motorfan? That's yeah. Someone didn't want to use their name, so they used it in that way. Host, 9th. Okay, it's way better than 17th. Yeah, let's say it's weird a little. Also, I started to follow Formula E. Like the GP4 OC Formula E, I meant. And there were so many drivers I didn't know about, so I just started to follow it. And, well, it was an interesting race at Macau, mainly because it was raining. Many drivers retired, many drivers crashed out, some of the drivers had bad reliability. Thomas Anderson is coming up to P5, good. Yes, maybe he forgot about the whole series. I mean motor fun. Like, if you remember at the 27th top tier Formula One championship, there was that Moyoroshi Daniel, there was Nicolas Mazia. We never really saw them again. I mean, Surkov was racing at 28 as well, or 2008 with the Super Aguri, but he also retired from that point and we never ever seen him again. I have no idea. Past and history are really, really exciting for me because we might start to think about things and we might figure out some things with what we didn't know. Oh, so he was one of the default AIs. Aha, interesting. Yes, Boyman is the first now, so Turner just gave up on that position of him and gave Boyman basically the position. One of the veterans. Maybe, and not maybe, Boyman is the one who is here in the OC ever since he started. Likewise, Rook, Boyman, Joseph Willows, Yuri Mata, but Mata wasn't racing from Lavang that much. Like he retired at 28 at the middle of the season. All of a sudden, I didn't know why. But first things first, let's see Boyman's lap. And even though I think wait, oh, just had to sneeze. So there are drivers in the GP4 OC series which drivers are competing ever since the whole thing started, and I think it's good to see these drivers on the grid still because it's amazing to see that they are still loyal to the championship, that they are still in. They they just didn't fall out from the whole community, which is always good. And I think with strong results in one of the higher tiers, then it's possible to stay in for a really long time. Boyman with 131, he's at positive, and Boyman is being last. What? We can see the old Boyman again? No way. I thought Boyman improved a lot that he won't be last again. But he's improving so far. We just need to wait. Oh, ouch. Oh, that's my chair, yes. Yeah, so far not good. He can fall backwards even more, and if he can find at least a 10th in the last sector, then he won't be able to overtake Fakhrizadeh. And as I can see, these are the last laps, so if that happens, then Boyman gonna be last, just like before Turkey. Boyman comes, and no, okay, he can improve. He could improve into 20th place, but the others are coming. There is Kupok, who is being at the 4th place at the moment. Kupok comes, and Kupok won't improve, but he's still at 4th place, which is an amazing result. Adventure can't improve either, and maybe this is the time where the drivers won't be able to improve. Not sure, Zontai won't improve either. Not sure because most of the drivers are on their outlap. They are still heating up the tires, practicing the track for the very last time before their fast lap. Tomaselli is staying where he is. Farina is the one who should qualify himself in the top 10 if he wants to get any chances for points. We can see Duncan now. Farina is improving to 16th. That's not enough for top 10 for sure. Duncan comes, the guy who was at pole position. He can't improve, but he's still at 2nd place. Nobody took it away from him. Fakrizin comes to top 10. Turvik not seeming like he could improve. Turvik, where's Turvik? Turvik is 6th. Barros comes and Barros gonna be basically the first driver. I mean, not the first driver, but at his opening race, at least at his qualification, he's starting from last. So far it's not a good opener for him. Yeah, it's not a good return for him. We can hope the race is gonna be better for him. Anderson won't improve, but Anderson is 7th. He's in the top 10. All the drivers are coming and they're not improving, so I think slowly we can just say that that's the final result and nothing really will change. Well, Wolf comes into P10, but not into a spectacularly good position. Everyone completed the run, so we can say Annie Paraki took pole position, which means we have a 5th pole sitter on the 5th race. It's awesome. I can't believe how unexpected events can happen in DTM. 5th pole sitter at the 5th round. At Algarve we can see Algarve, I mean, not Algarve. At Algarve we can see Paraki getting the pole and a really good chance for the tomorrow's race. He might be able to win the race, and if he does, then we might celebrate a 5th race winner. And Mateusz Tervik is the only racer along Chuck McCarthy who both have a pole position and a race win. Both of them happened in the same race, so when McCarthy took the pole, he won that race. When Tervik took the pole, he won that race, so Paraki might hope with this positive statistic. If he's getting the pole position here, he might win the race as well. It would be good for him. He's not being too. He's not being at such a good position in the leaderboard. I mean, the drivers' championship, just like called it leaderboard, being 12th, but this 12th position might change soon if he's having a good race. Here we can see all the other drivers. Duncan's 2nd place is also a bit of surprise for me. Rogue's 3rd place is not really. Q-Po's 4th place also surprising. Anderson is back on track. Turvik is holding himself in the top 10. And Julius Anderson needed a good result, even though his brother outqualified him once again. Adventure needed a good result as well. Ibobu and Wolf are close in the top 10. I think it's not a good qualification from Wolf, and I don't think that Ibobu wanted some results like that either. And that was the qualification for today. And as usually, we have it at Friday, and tomorrow at Saturday we're gonna have a race. If I know correctly, it's gonna happen at 8 p.m. Correct me if I'm not right. But if I'm right, then see you guys in 8 p.m. We're gonna see a race. We're gonna see if Paraki can take a win, or maybe someone else thinks that the win belongs to them. I was Miklos Galden usually. See you guys tomorrow, and goodbye.